Holy crap, they do get a lot of skills. Yo, what's up, everyone? My name is Emilio, and this is Let's Roll Characters, the show where my friend Christian and I roll new characters for D&D 5th edition based on different sets of prompts and parameters, ones that we dream up or that come from you, our fellow nerds.
That's right. We're a couple of fledgling DMs who are more or less obsessed with the game, and we thought it would be cool to bring you everyone's favorite part. Let's be real. Character creation.
Character creation. Okay, so let's roll characters.
Boom, 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 boom. Characters, gonna roll characters. All right, Emilio. So we're gonna roll for race, class, background, and gender. So, roll me a d10 for race.
A 3.
Okay, so we have an elf. All right, so give me that d12 for class.
A 9.
Okay, we have an elf rogue. What do we have for background? Give me a d20.
It is a 17.
Okay, we have a spy, Emilio.
An elf rogue spy?
Yes, and why don't you give me that d4 for gender?
It's a 2.
Okay, we have a lady elf rogue spy. Boy.
This is going to be good. So, Christian, what are your initial thoughts for this build?
Geez, an elf rogue spy is, it's almost a little too good. It's like it flows so perfectly. Just initial thoughts, maybe somebody who's on the evil side of the alignment. How about you?
Yeah, I'm definitely down for rolling an evil character today. We've so far rolled only good characters, so that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, let's get there.
All right, well, now for my favorite part, let's roll ability scores. So Christian and I have a little competition going here. We alternate rolls and keep track of who rolls the highest ability scores in each session. And as usual, I will be the winner today.
Here's what I want to say about this competition. Now, there have been 3 episodes which maybe are not going to see the light of day. And each one of these episodes, I have won. So we're at 3-0. However, our dear audience, today is Emilio's birthday. He is 38 years young, and I want him to win today's roll. So, Emilio, go ahead and roll for strength.
All right, we're rolling 4d6, and we're keeping the highest 3. Christian, no fudging rolls just because it's my birthday. For strength, we have an 11.
Well, I'm not expecting this character to be getting by on her strength, so 11 is just fine. Okay, here we got dexterity. Well, I don't think she's going to be getting by on her lockpicking skills either, so she is a 11.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Elves will get a dexterity bonus. Constitution, very nice, is a 14.
Okay, she will be durable. Intelligence is 13.
All right, is she wise? Indeed, she is a 15.
Okay, very nice. And finally, let's hope that she's got some skills in charisma here, because she's going to need them. And she has a 9 charisma. Ooh, boy, that's tough to be a spy when you are not very charismatic.
What's our total here?
Emilio, I think you have your first victory here. My total is 33.
Oh, yeah. I am at 40.
Hey, happy birthday, Emilio. That was my
Yes.
gift to you.
Let me run back through those ability scores for us. We have a 11 strength, 11 dexterity, 14 constitution, 13 intelligence, 15 wisdom, and 9 charisma.
All right. So now that we've got our basic characteristics determined, what are we feeling for subrace?
So I think I'm leaning more towards high elf here. I think the intelligence bonus and the spellcasting could be really useful for a spy. And coming from an aristocratic background, it might make sense that they would know how to work in those circles.
What I also really like about the high elf is that you get some language proficiencies. And I think that could be super key for this highly intelligent spy who maybe is not super charismatic and is going to be more dependent on her knowledge and her abilities in that capacity. All right, so Emilio, given kind of what we're starting to put together here, let's dig in a bit more on some class characteristics and proficiency. So we're going to have 4 proficiencies that we can choose from here on the class, and they're going to be, the typical roguish type stuff where There's going to be investigation, intimidation, athletics, sleight of hand, that sort of thing. And she's already got deception and stealth from her background, and she also gets perception from being an elf. Which ones are coming to mind for you that could be useful for our high elf spy?
I really like something like acrobatics. Intimidation probably doesn't make sense because of her low charisma. Sleight of hand certainly would be pretty logical. What do you think?
Yeah, I think acrobatics makes a lot of sense. I think sleight of hand makes a lot of sense. And I think that investigation and insight are probably going to be her strengths, given sort of the wisdom and intelligence piece.
Perfect.
All right, so for these additional class-based proficiencies, we have acrobatics, sleight of hand, investigation, and insight. So again, all of these things are sort of very much in line with her spyish abilities, but also not super dependent on charisma, which is pretty low.
So, Christian, it looks like we've got a good base started here. Why don't we talk about who this person is and where they come from?
Yeah, so I think that she might have started out as a low-level sort of aristocrat, maybe the type who would become a chambermaid for somebody who's significantly more powerful. And these chambermaids are they're often wrapped up in all sorts of intrigue, and one sort of royal might put them under somebody else's employ in order to learn about that person and then report back. And I'd like to think that this elf, as she sort of aged, she became known for being able to collect solid information from other elves, and then eventually somebody sort of brought her in to just straight up be a spy. Maybe there was a master of spies in this house or in this community of high elves, and they saw something in her and said, okay, you're going to become one of us now. What do you think?
I like that a lot. And I have one little wrinkle that I want to add if you're open to it.
Let's do it.
So I've been looking at this low charisma score. I think she's ugly.
Oh, yes! I think
Right?
that's perfect! She's totally hidden because she is so lowly looking.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Yes, I love that.
Well, I think we've started to bring this character together, Christian. So to really make them come alive for role-playing purposes, let's lay out the personality traits, ideals, bonds, and flaws.
All right, so I think we've got two really good ones here, actually, Emilio. One of them is the first thing that I do in a new place is note the locations of everything valuable or where such things could be hidden. So because she is a smart elf, I think this is going to be one of the first things that she does whenever she enters into a situation. And then the second thing we've got here is that I am incredibly slow to trust those who seem the fairest, and by this I mean beautiful, actually, in this case, often have the most to hide. So she is coming up in this, world of beautiful high elves, and she doesn't trust a single one of them. And for ideal, I think we want to go with an evil character here, so let's straight up go with greed. We have, I will do whatever it takes to become wealthy. Being this lowly chambermaid, she is really wanting to work her way up and show all these pretty high elves who actually is the smartest. For bond, I think we're going to kind of shift one of these a bit. We have my ill-gotten gains go to support my family, but this elf is not about family. She is about herself. So her ill-gotten gains go to enrich herself instead. For flaw, I think we're going to go with when I see something valuable, I can't think about anything but how to steal it. She's kind of vindictive, I think, is the sense I'm getting for this particular elf. And so she's just going to go into a situation, and if she can steal something, she's going to go ahead and do it. So finally, we have a fun part, the alignment, which I think we already have a pretty good sense of. And then we have the little more difficult part, which is what the heck name are we coming to?
So I'm thinking that she is a chaotic, evil aligned character, but the chaotic piece is a little tricky. What do you think?
Well, chaotic makes a lot of sense because she is in it for herself. But if you're a spy, there's something around lawfulness of having to follow somebody else who's sending you on missions, that kind of thing. So she could be neutral evil, where she's neither totally all about her own agenda and also neither totally about somebody else's agenda. What do you think about that?
So Actually, as you were talking, I decided that she is lawful evil.
Lawful evil. Why lawful evil?
Yes, because she cares about money. And money is part of society, and society runs on laws. And if she wants to get rich and powerful, that's going to be within the parameters of societal rules. She's not the Joker. She's not blowing up things just to create chaos. She wants control and power, and that is a lawful characteristic.
You know what? You sold me. I think that sounds amazing. Okay, she is
Yes.
lawful evil. So what is her name, Emilio?
Vesper von Smittelwitz.
Vesper von Smittelwitz. Okay.
Let's workshop this a little.
Yes. Vesper, you got me. Vesper, I'm with you. I like Vesper.
Not feeling the von Smittelwitz?
No, for whatever reason, that's not really resonating here. We might make her last name softer because she is still of high elf background.
True.
But her first name could be something that reflects something like just, people don't like her type thing.
Yeah.
So maybe Vesper is the last name instead. First name could be something really undignified, like Claude Butt or something. Like just something where just a disregarded person,
Yeah, like Meg.
Meg?
Yes.
How about Meg Dort?
That sounds like a dwarf name.
Okay, how about Meg Butt? Meg Butt. Actually, again, she's not really well regarded. She's ugly, and they might have just been like, her face looks like a butt. I don't know.
Butt face. Fetch me
Butt
that
face.
water urn. My name is Vesper.
I think her name is Meg Butt. Meg Butt Vesper.
I don't know that.
You don't like it. All right. You're gonna have to do me better then. If you don't like Meg Butt, which how could you not like Meg Butt, by the way? But if you don't like Meg Butt, what do you got, Emilio?
Yeah, that's gonna be hard to beat.
Because honestly, it's either Meg Butt or nothing for me.
Oh, that's sort of a meta name. What if her name was like nothing?
Nothing but?
Nothing but Von Vesper.
No, stop the bond. How about Meg Nothing?
No
and
last
then a
name.
last name. Megnothing Vesper.
Oh. Yes.
Okay, let's do that. Let's go with Megnothing Vesper.
Megnothing Vesper. Megnothing.
Megnothing. It's kind of like, ooh.
Yeah. I
Megnothing.
really like that.
Okay.
All right, Christian, I think we have it. So tell us about Megnothing Vesper.
Okay, Emilio. So Megnothing Vesper is a high elf rogue spy, and she's had kind of a tough lot in life, born into a high elf society as one of the few ugly elves. And so the type of work that she got as a child was as a chambermaid, but she was so unseen because of her unattractiveness that people started to catch on to that, and they started to use her in sort of the family or inter-aristocracy intrigue. And eventually she was seen by maybe a master of spies of some kind and brought in to formally become a spy. But she is largely in it for herself. She wants to show people that they're garbage and she's great. She's going to go in and mess up their stuff. She's going to steal their stuff, and she's going to ruin people and become as wealthy as she possibly can in her mission to show her betters who is actually the best.
Very nice. Christian, do we have our character?
Yeah, we do, and now so do all of you. We've left appearance, equipment, and a spell for you guys to decide. If you want to bring Megnothing Vesper into your campaign, go ahead and click the link in the description below for the PDF.
And as always, if you enjoy Let's Roll Characters, please like and subscribe, and definitely leave a comment on the type of character you'd like to see us bring to life in a future episode.
Yes, thanks for joining us.
All right, now go play some D&D. Yeah, what do you want to say to the camera?
What's up, Kanye?